Glider 10-1 Soaring Techniques. Let's start our journey into soaring flight and the techniques glider pilots use to stay aloft. Soaring flight is all about maintaining or gaining altitude rather than gliding downward, and this opens up exciting possibilities for glider pilots. In the early 1920s, pilots discovered the magic of staying aloft using updrafts caused by wind deflected by hillsides. Soon, they uncovered thermals in valleys and, in the 1930s, ventured into mountain waves. Thermals, the most common lift for soaring, can occur over flat terrain and hilly landscapes. Now, there are two main theories about thermal characteristics. One likens thermals to continuous updrafts, similar to a plume of smoke rising from a campfire. The other theory likens thermals to hot water bubbles rising. In reality, it's probably a blend of both. The sun's uneven heating creates vertical currents, updrafts and downdrafts. The goal for soaring pilots? Maximize time in lifting currents, minimize time in sinking currents. The practical world supports the idea of a central updraft surrounded by compensating downdrafts. Skill comes into play by staying in lift as long as possible and swiftly navigating through sink. Quick note. In soaring, pilots refer to rising air as lift. This isn't the lift generated by wings, it's the rising column of air's energy. When it comes to thermaling, glider pilots need to be aware of lift indicators. Successful thermaling involves locating, entering, centering, and leaving a thermal. Cumulus clouds are key indicators. A dark area under the cloud base indicates a deeper cloud and higher likelihood of a thermal underneath. Judging which clouds have the best chance for a good thermal takes practice. Look for concave regions under a flat cloud base, indicating especially warm air and stronger lift. Always abide by required cloud clearances for safety. Circling gliders, circling birds, and haze domes are good indicators. On blue, cloudless days, clues on the ground, such as consistent thermal sources or house thermals, become crucial. So, there you have it, some insights into locating and using thermals for soaring flight. Now, let's explore the art of finding and using thermals for soaring flight. In mountainous terrain, look for sun-facing slopes. They offer intense heating due to the sun's direct angle. Asphalt parking lots and tilled black soil fields can also produce strong thermals. Whether you're over flat or hilly terrain, take a mental stroll through the landscape. Visualize warmer areas like sunny open fields or towns surrounded by greenery. Wind is a key player, breaking up thermals in strong conditions. Consider thermal drift and adjust search patterns accordingly. Sun-facing slopes, dark asphalt, and rocky outcrops are thermal indicators. Pay attention to areas downwind of stable air, avoiding large lakes or irrigated regions. In a sky filled with cumulus clouds and gliders marking thermals, focus on choosing the best clouds. Dust devils, hillsides with sunshine, and circling birds are valuable indicators at lower altitudes. Remember, understanding these indicators and adapting to wind conditions is crucial for a successful soaring experience. Here, we're delving into the intricate process of entering and maneuvering inside thermals, the invisible staircases to the skies. Now, entering a thermal is an art in itself. Picture this. Heightened sink, a subtle positive G-force, and the variometer giving you that encouraging nod. But here's the crucial bit. Before you make that exhilarating turn, don't forget to do a 360-degree check of your surroundings. Now, once you're inside that thermal, it's like being in a celestial elevator. The key is finding the right balance between your bank angle and speed for that optimal climb. Ideally, you want a shallow bank angle, but the actual angle varies with the thermal's mood. You adjust to the music, or in this case, the thermal's characteristics. In smoother thermals, sticking to minimum sink speed is the sweet spot. But, and there's always a but, going too slow comes with risks, stalls and a potential loss of control. So, keep a keen eye on your airspeed, especially when you're lower down. Some pilots wait until the thermal peaks to initiate that elegant turn, while others anticipate and roll in early. It's a bit like catching the perfect wave. Timing is everything. But remember, timing comes with practice. As you soar through the skies, embracing the lift and conquering those thermals, always keep safety in mind. Finding the core of a thermal is a bit like tuning into a radio station. It takes some adjustment, but once you hit the right frequency, you're golden. Picture this scenario. You roll into a thermal, and it's a mix of lift and sink, not an instant embrace. How do you pinpoint that sweet spot for a steady climb? Enter the 270-degree correction technique. Roll in, feel a hint of sink, a signal you're turning the wrong way. Execute a 270-degree turn, straighten out briefly, and if lift welcomes you again, turn back into it. But here's the rule: never flip the direction of your turn. Trust me, the distance you cover in a reverse turn can take you far from the thermal. Now, let's talk about those tricky thermals where lift is stronger on one side. Ever notice it's warmer toward the northeast or some distinct ground feature? Pay attention to what's under the high wing when lift is at its best. On the next turn, adjust your circle toward the stronger lift. Start rolling out about 30 degrees before heading to the strongest part. It's like predicting the next move without missing a beat. And here's the thing: gusts can throw in a little chaos. Don't get too caught up chasing the airspeed indicator. Focus outside the cockpit. The size of the thermal decides how long you stay shallow or straight in your turns. Now, for some variations: shallowing the turn when lift weakens, straightening after encountering the worst sink, or adjusting when you feel that seat of the pants surge. Each adjustment is like a step in mastering the art of centering. So, keep your eyes on the skies, feel the rhythm of the thermal, and soar your way to the top. Exiting a thermal is an art as much as finding it. Picture this: you're circling, scanning the entire sky during each turn. Why? Safety first, to check for other gliders in the area. Second, it helps you decide where to go for the next climb. The key is to decide while still in lift rather than losing altitude in sink after leaving the thermal. When to exit depends on your climb goals. Do you want max altitude for a long glide, or do you leave when lift weakens to maximize time on a cross-country flight? Either way, be ready to increase speed to penetrate the sink often found on the edge of the thermal. Leave in a way that doesn't hinder or endanger other gliders. Now, for ridge and slope soaring, it's like dancing with the wind along the upwind side of the ridge. But watch out for traps. Approach diagonally, not perpendicularly, especially from the upwind side. A crab angle is crucial to avoid drifting too close or over the ridge. And remember, thermal sink can turn your glider upside down, so fly with extra speed for positive control, and never fly too close to the ridge or below it on the downwind side. Exiting a thermal and mastering ridge soaring, it's a symphony with the wind. If you click like and subscribe and leave a comment, we will provide a coupon for a free PDF download, one of 9 ebooks. However, each individual can only download up to 1 out of 9 ebooks for free.